Professional wrestling is the one true sport. Other sports have their share of intense, dramatic moments, but nothing can compare with professional wrestling. Welcome to Wrestling History X, where three friends come together to talk about the stories behind the matches. I'm Matt.
And I've retired to Sicily.
And I am Shane T. Smith.
Welcome to episode 321, Ultraclash 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no tag here. I didn't have anything clever.
So this is the second and final Ultraclash produced by ECW. It would take place on September 19th, 1998, from the ECW Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with an attendance of 1,100 people.
You know.
Solid.
Hanging from
the rafters.
Yep.
I feel like they've had packed a few more in before, but 1,000 people in that box is pretty wild.
But we are in Philadelphia. It's a shame.
We are.
Did you do what you do?
Whoo, brother, did I ever. I'm already full after like a bite and a half. Yes, we're back in Philly. So I did what I do, and I mean, we've been to Philly 4,000 times already, so I didn't really have to look up and see what is popular in Philly, what's from Philly, what they're known for.
You stared at the wall and stewed about it.
Literally at this point, you should just bring whatever you want.
Yeah.
No one's going to care.
It's like, it's Philly, fuck it. I saw this thing at the store.
Initially,
cool.
Because New Jack is on the show, there was one thing that I thought of, and I just happened to see something about a new Jack and Coke drink. And I thought, what goes better with New Jack than Coke? But I couldn't find it at the time, so I went back to the old drawing board, and I remembered once upon a time for Philly show, I brought pretzel, and we had technical difficulties, and that part of it ended up being just voiced over by Matt later on, just talking about how Shane brought a pretzel, and it was pretty good.
Oh, that was one of our options.
Yeah. Can't win them all.
So then I thought, all right, well, we'll do something that has to do with pretzels, but I didn't want to do just a regular old bar pretzel. And then all of a sudden it popped in my head that we have a place here that has a pretzel bread pudding.
Yeah, Oklahoma, not the greatest place to get a pretzel. Or a Philly cheesesteak, or really any good quality Philly item.
You can get a decent pretzel if you want to pay like $12 at
and we don't.
A gastropub or something like that. There was one I saw on DoorDash from McNelly's that was like $16 if you got it with the mustard and some cheese sauce.
And they're still never as good as they should be.
Plus, I mean, if you have it traveled across town, it's going to be just a basic bitch pretzel by the time it gets here. But I looked at Old Fassler Hall because we've ordered from them before, possibly even having a pretzel in the process. But I went for their dessert because, we need a little sweet thing.
Pretzel, and who doesn't like a good bread pudding?
Yes, and this one is pretty damn tasty. It's very much just soft pretzels, chopped up, torn up, mixed together with some goodness, and then baked and covered with a what the hell is it called? Bavarian cream sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice and spongy. The
texture's
got
great.
A good flavor. It's not overly sweet like a lot of your bread puddings.
That's my main takeaway. The texture, and it's not like sickly sweet. Some bread puddings, it's like, it feels like they just poured a Coca-Cola over it.
Funky texture to it, or it's super soggy. There's no raisins. A lot of times that's an issue for people, is raisins and things. So, I mean, this one is very much just a simple, delicious, semi-sweet pretzel bread pudding. I'm going to, I guess, just do like I do and continue and do what I do and take a bite of it in front of the microphone. Come on, pretzel. Get out of there.
I don't know if it would make it good or bad, but putting like a nice sprinkle of like, finishing salt on it might be nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretzel, so.
Yeah, it's probably plenty salty, but I just don't quite notice. Because with the pretzel, you get the salt that's, on it. Mm-hmm. So you get like, you kind of bite into a tiny chunk of salt.
Pretty damn tasty. I'm not mad at it at all.
It's very tasty.
Yeah, it's great.
I ordered 2 thinking that one wouldn't be enough, and I mean this one ginormous square finished out filled up the entire box.
If I bought this thing just for myself, I would probably have a hard time not finishing it and then just feeling like crap. So I'm glad that...
Wicked about it is it gives me like, after I chewed a bite and ate it, I have the essence that I just ate pancakes.
I can...
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, because it just gives you that satisfying, you just took a big bite out of a triple stack of pancake or something like that, just because of how soft and fluffy it is.
I mean, the Bavarian cream helps with that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pretzel bread pudding,
nice
never
buttery.
heard of it. And I could not have been...
I mean, I'm a
could not have enjoyed it anymore.
huge fan of bread puddings, and this is definitely one of the better ones that I've had around town. So
My only critique is I might just have added a little bit more, and it's probably better when you get it there, a little bit more of the Bavarian cream, but there's only so much that you can put in just one of those little to-go ramekins. So I'm guessing at the actual place, they probably just use a ladle and
Plate it up nice.
drizzle it over the top of it, or have it on the bottom of the plate so it's swimming in it or something. But either way, I'd happily order it again, and there's more than one location of Fassler. There's one in Oklahoma City and one in Tulsa, so I can get it wherever.
Not to
Yay!
throw shade, but this is the best thing I've had from Fassler Home.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been there, so
Yeah, I mean, I've had some of their bar pretzels and sausages and stuff, and when you're there drinking beers, because I mean it's a beer hall, they taste good while you're in the moment there. But I've had their schnitzel before, but I've only had it delivered via DoorDash, so I'm assuming it would be better there. It wasn't horrible being delivered, but it wasn't my favorite either.
The bread pudding's better.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever had a good schnitzel, so what do I know?
Happy. Fassler Hall. Check them out if you're ever in Oklahoma City or Tulsa.
Two locations.
Well, something that would happen right around the same time as Ultraclash, a seminal film, I would say.
I mean, yeah, this is a huge movie. This is, one of the biggest action comedies ever.
It's up there.
I mean, it's up there.
It's like the second coming of
Beverly Hills
48
Cop.
Hours or something like that.
Beverly Hills Cop, much bigger hit than 48 Hours. Although 48 Hours is great, and I love it.
But Rush Hour would come to theaters the same week.
Do you understand the words that come in my mouth?
Don't you ever touch Black Man's Radio?
I love Jackie Chan.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Jackie Chan.
No. And this was...
And at this point, Chris Tucker was hot.
yeah. He
Didn't last super long. I mean,
No.
Rush Hour is the biggest thing he ever
outside
did.
of Friday.
Yeah, and like this is a much bigger hit than Friday, even though everybody loves Friday.
Fifth Element.
True.
This is still a bigger hit. This is a bigger hit than The Fifth Element too. This spawned what, 2 sequels?
Oh. And or wait, did it become a TV show too?
I don't.
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
I had to think for a second. I'm
Chris
like,
Tucker
wait.
was not in it.
No, I was like, wait, I'm thinking of Lethal Weapon, but yeah,
How do you make
it was Rush Hour. I'm trying to remember who was in the Rush Hour one.
That's a silly thing
it
to
was
turn into a TV show.
Justin Hires and John Fu.
When was the TV show?
Literally like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, okay. So it was just kind of like a soft reboot thing where they're like, oh, remember, some people
Yeah.
love Rush Hour. What if we made
Okay.
a TV show? It's like, not everything needs to be a TV show.
No. They made it for 13 episodes.
Yeah, it was just one season.
In a nutshell, it's cheeky, amusing, and cool tone.
Yeah, but I bet Rush Hour's a fun rewatch. I haven't seen it in forever.
Been forever since I've watched it. Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan, Elizabeth Pena, Chris Penn, Tom Wilkinson, Jeremy Piven. I don't remember he was in there. Philip Baker Hall. Somebody from General Hospital was in it.
See, this is one I didn't see in the theater. I watched it on like cable or on like HBO or something.
I remember seeing it in the theater, but apparently rolling over from when we were talking about Simon Birch, one of the ladies from that movie is in here too, Dana Ivey. I just remember that because when I looked up the cast, I remember her name and picture staring at me.
I just read this. This film inspired the creation of the website Rotten Tomatoes. The site founder was a big Jackie Chan fan and built the website to collect reviews for all of Chan's Hong Kong films as they were being released in the United States. So he coded the site in 2 weeks, putting it up shortly before the release of this film. And now Rotten Tomatoes is considered one of the most notable sources.
We wouldn't have it without Jackie Chan, huh? That's awesome.
It's basically useless, but it'll tell you what movies they want you to go see.
Let's see.
This was Jackie Chan's first starring role where he actually spoke English.
Oh, it's that late.
In the film.
It was 98.
Without any kind of dubbing.
Yeah.
Favorite duo at the Blockbuster Entertainment Awards.
Oh, this thing was probably all over the MTV Movie Awards.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It was a Grammy nominee for Best Instrumental Composition, written for a motion picture.
The only bad part of this movie is Brett Ratner directed it.
I mean,
I forgot about
so
him.
it does not age well in that instance.
Yeah. It's Chinatown, Jake. We can say that about a lot of movies, but if it wasn't that guy that made it, then maybe it wouldn't be as good of a movie.
Which is true as well.
Nominated for Best Movie Song at the MTV TV Movie Awards for Jay-Z. Can I Get a...
Oh, I didn't realize that. I forgot that was part of it. We
got also for that one a nominee for Best Comedic Performance by Chris Tucker. Nominated for Best Fight Scene with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, but they did win Best On-Screen Duo.
Of course. It'd be crazy if they didn't.
Jay-Z was also nominated for a BMA award for it. What other little fun facts do we have about this? Let's see.
Rush Hour was kind of like the last big kind of buddy cop movie that comedy that happened, right?
I mean, there's been others, but I don't know if any of hit big.
Yeah, I mean, there's been plenty of others, but I mean, as far as ones that people put in the canon, because it's 48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop, Lethal Weapon, and Rush Hour, right? Those are that's the canon for the ones everybody knows and loves.
Possibly the 21 Jump Street, which obviously is a remake.
The comedy.
But the comedy
I never
one.
saw it.
I know people like the Other Guys.
Other Guys is great.
People do like The Other Guys.
The movie's awesome. But I don't know that it reached the canon of the ones I just named. Because it wasn't a hit.
I mean, Bad Boys had already come out.
Oh, so. I guess Bad Boys counts for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not the last one.
Martin Lawrence was the original choice for Carter, Chris Tucker's role. Eddie Murphy was offered the role of Carter, but he turned it down to make Holy Man instead.
I mean,
Dave Chappelle, Will Smith, and Tupac Shakur were all considered for the role of Carter as well.
I think that Chris Tucker is probably the right choice. And he's not my favorite actor of the ones named. Obviously, I think that if Eddie Murphy did this again, people would be like, how many... We got 3 Beverly Hills Cops and 2 48 Hours, and Eddie Murphy is not at the top of his career anymore. It would have probably not felt very fresh.
Chris Tucker earned a salary of $43 million for all 3 Rush Hour pictures, and that was before any profit participation.
Damn. No wonder.
The original casting choices for the roles that ended up being Lee and Carter were Chris Farley and Martin Lawrence.
Oh, so this...
Chris Farley would have been Jackie Chan's character.
I think the idea is that this script was sitting around for a really long time, and then when they got Jackie Chan, they probably rewrote a lot of scenes to add...
Yeah, definitely.
Wesley Snipes was also in consideration.
Add the action element of it. Wesley Snipes is not going to do... Well, I guess he wouldn't have been doing the...
Chris Tucker was asked to see Fakin' Da Funk before he signed it on to do Rush Hour. Ta-da! Lots of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge movie.
Robert Shea offered to direct Rush Hour after The Long Kiss Goodnight and the canceled futuristic thriller Exit Zero.
But yeah, watch Rush Hour.
Yeah, Rush Hour is great.
Pop some popcorn. Laugh a little.
Well, let's talk.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
It was Matt's birthday a little while ago. It took a long time to get here. He may or may not enjoy it, but I think we get a kick out of it as it is inspired by maybe one of the highest or lowest, depending on how you feel about it, moments of our show, and one that I think about very fondly.
I'm intrigued.
Here you go.
I'm kind of scared at this
Here you
point.
go. No, don't be scared. It's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
a Stan Lariat.
Stan Hansen.
It's Stan Hansen
with a
all over T-shirt.
Yes.
Where it's just a giant photo of him giving a lariat.
Yep.
Giving a lariat to
Bruiser?
Probably Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, probably.
It looks like it's in All Japan.
It's a lot of hair, whoever it is.
But if you remember, the bit was we picked a name for 40 questions to guess the wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
And I picked Stan Hansen, and it went on for like an hour while Matt was guessing. And then he was like, "We've only seen him like twice." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I screwed up." But we went on for like ever, and it got like heated in a comedic way. But it was all it did was just like steal an hour of our lives, but a funny one.
Yeah, the one time Matt got to play trivia,
and I messed it up for him.
People like that probably will never play trivia ever again.
It was my fault. It wasn't your fault. I shouldn't have picked that name. It shouldn't even been on the list. But I'm not blaming you. I should have.
I mean, I'm gonna come to your defense a little bit, Michael, and say that Matt should know who he's talking to. So his first guesses should have been either Stan Hansen or Firebreaker Chip.
I mean, I should have probably put a few more limitations.
Yeah.
On, because I literally did say you can pick anyone on this list.
And I think it was one of those things where it was like we've seen these people at least like 3 times, and it's like with Stan Hansen it was like exactly 3 times. Yeah. And we haven't seen him since.
Yeah, we saw him like in 1990, and that was it.
Yeah, I saw that shirt a while ago, and I was like, "There's a guy that I know that he might not need this, but I want him to have it." So
beautiful.
I don't know if he'll wear it. Maybe I was like, maybe I should just put it in a shadow box because it's a crazy T-shirt.
That's where it kind of feels like it needs to go.
Because it's a crazy looking T-shirt.
It's when you like sew up the ends and stuff it.
Make a pillow out of it, cut the arms off. But
Stan Hansen, I mean, wrestling buddy, cuddle buddy, whatever.
Do what you like with it. I will not be offended. But I said it's kind of a gag gift, but it's a memory.
It is definitely a memory.
Maybe not one that you love, but I think about it all the time. Every time I see Stan Hansen.
I mean, every time we do trivia, I go,
yeah, just
son of a bitch.
Yeah, there's just like a little spark in the back of your brain.
All right. Well, let's talk some Ultraclash.
Yes.
Tommy Dreamer is in the ring with a mic.
Oh no!
And he's telling the crowd that it's been 5 years to the day that Paul Heyman took over ECW. And we cut to Joey Styles in the Eagle's Nest to welcome everyone to the show before going back to Dreamer, who continues by bringing up Eddie Gilbert, who Joey cuts back in to remind us of who Hot Stuff was and what he meant to the company. And back to Tommy, who states that everything was funded by Todd Gordon, who deserves respect, followed by Styles again telling us the history of Gordon. Dreamer says when he got here, meaning the ECW arena,
Yeah.
there were no bleachers and about 4 chairs. But every time we came back, the fans kept showing up, spreading the word, and now we're going to the top. And at this point, Joey gives us Tommy's history before hearing more from Dreamer, who says everyone in the back always busts their ass, no matter what. Bringing up Shane Douglas, Bam Bam Bigelow, Rob Van Dam, Sabu, talking about their different issues, but still showing up for the fans. And Joey interrupts to tell everyone that Sandman has opted to sign with WCW as his contract with ECW ran out after Heatwave 98.
That's what WCW needs. The Sandman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lowdy.
We cut back to Tommy, who's talking about Sandman, showing his respect and wanting to give him the send-off he deserves. And the fans are chanting for Sandy, but he's not there. So Dreamer leads the fans in drinking a beer in the middle of the ring, doing the pose, and smashing the can on his forehead.
Somebody get this man a cigarette.
And a woman.
Jack Victory then makes his way out to the ring with a mic, calling Tommy a kiss ass.
He is.
That he's been out of the business for 8 years, and he went through barbed wire and tables, and no one gave him a goodbye, which Dreamer just reminds him that it's because he's a piece of shit. Tommy then starts attacking Victory when Rod Price comes out to attack Dreamer, leading to double teams. The lights go out and Enter Sandman hits, only for it to be Just Incredible, who hits Tommy with a Singapore cane several times.
I mean, it's a good way to get some heat. You play Metallica in the club, and everybody expects the thing. Then your heel with jorts comes out. Gonna get a little bit more heat on him.
Yep.
Supernova and the Blue Meanie run down to fend off Victory and Price, but Credible doesn't bail till Balls Mahoney, Axl Rotten, and Tommy Rogers arrive with chairs. And we haven't seen Rogers since November to Remember 97, episode 283. And if you ask me who Rod Price is, I'm going to tell you it's that guy that was on screen.
Yeah, cool. Because I was like, Rod Price. You said that in a knowing way. But I guess that's because you had notes in front of you. It's like, should I know who Rod Price is?
Absolutely not.
Good. Happy to hear it.
So we go to our first match. The FBI. Tracy Smothers, Little Guido, and Tommy Rich with Sal E. Graziano versus Tommy Rogers, Chris Chetti, and a mystery partner in an Italian Vendetta 6-man tag match.
Maron.
And the match gets going with Tommy nailing an electric chair drop to Smothers, followed by a swinging neckbreaker and a drop kick to send Tracy to the floor. Rogers then drop kicks through the ropes to send Smothers into the railing before tossing him into the steel as well. Now back in the ring, Tracy gets a boot up to the face of a charging Tommy, following with a drop kick for a 2 count and rakes of the back. And Smothers continues with a back fist when we skip forward to Guido joining his partner for a Paisan double elbow drop, with Little Guido making a cover, only for Chetti to arrive to clean house with drop kicks, a power slam on Guido, and a springboard heel kick on Tracy. Chris then springboards in with a double clothesline to the FBI that sends them to the floor. So Rogers rocket launches Chetti out onto them from the apron. And they roll the FBI back in when Tommy enters to deliver flag shots to the backs of his opponents. When we skip forward to J.T. Smith running down to the ring to attack his former partner.
Fly me to the moon.
I mean, I popped.
Yes.
We loved JT. We talked about him all the time. He was so good at being a fake Italian.
Yeah, I know a while back Matt said we would get to see him at least one more time, so I've been patiently waiting.
Yes.
And I almost got to the point where I kind of forgot that he was coming back, so this was a nice little surprise.
He just has the personality and charm that is lacking in a Smothers, a Guido, or a Tommy Rich.
Yes.
And we haven't seen JT since November to Remember 96.
Oh my God.
Episode 226.
Wow.
And Joey does say that he hasn't been seen since Barely Legal 97, but it was a dark match that didn't make air.
We haven't seen him.
We didn't see it.
I mean, yeah. If it's a dark match that wasn't taped, did anybody see it but Joey?
And Smith's hitting left hands and clotheslines to everyone. When we clip forward to the FBI all in one corner, with their opponents whipping Big Sal into them.
Big Sal back too, eh?
Rogers delivers a Tamakaze to Smothers, followed by Chetti nailing a springboard moonsault onto Guido, while also clocking JT from behind.
He hasn't been in a while.
For the pin. And the win. And we clip forward again to Smith in the crowd with a mic singing Old Brown Eyes, followed by clips of JT from past shows as a tribute, as this is the last match of Smith's career.
So where was he?
Family time.
Out there with a real job?
Yeah.
And he just came back and was like, all right, I'll come back through and I'll get a win and we'll beat up the FBI and a nice little send-off.
Yeah, basically.
That's cool. Chances are, with a full-time job, he is probably making more money than ECW could ever pay him, and he'll live longer for it.
We then go to a video package over the rivalry between Taz and Sabu. We then go to the ring where Joey's with Bill Alfonso, Rob Van Dam, and the Homicidal One, with Fonzie calling out Taz because he wants him to team up with his crew to form a new triple threat. And we see a clip from last week on ECW where Shane Douglas says there's nothing you can give the human suplex machine that will have him stand side by side with Sabu. Now back in the ring, Alfonso unveils a new FTW Championship belt and gives it to Taz, who asks how much you want for it, Fonzie. Only for Bill to tell him he just wants the Human Suplex Machine to team up with Rob Van Dam in the Homicidal one. And to make it official, Taz says he wants to shake the hand of Sabu, with the Homicidal one being reluctant, only to reach his hand out when the Human Suplex Machine just walks past him and out of the ring.
Damn.
Which happened to remind Styles of the same way Van Dam disrespected Sabu a couple of years ago.
Don't call it a callback. I mean, it's a callback.
Joey goes on that they have teamed up since then to become World Tag Team Champions, and tonight they're in a 6-man tag versus the Triple Threat, along with a mystery partner. We move forward in the show to the Dudley clan being in the ring, with Bubba on the mic claiming that Philly women are a bunch of whores, and telling an obese woman to look at her fat ass, but she just challenges him to a fight.
She's that fat, it's probably really hard for her to look at her ass.
He continues doing crowd work when they give the mic to Joel Gertner to do the introductions, with Styles clipping in, looking at his watch a pair of times, like
Yep.
tapping on it like, okay guys.
I'm doing the same thing at home. I'm rolling my eyes, maybe checking my phone, waiting for them to stop talking.
So we get our second match. Devon Dudley with Joel Gertner, Bubba Ray, and Sign Guy Dudley versus Masato Tanaka. Bubba Ray takes the mic again to tell Masato, if you come to this country, you better learn how to speak the fucking language.
Got straight to the chase.
So Tanaka retorts by stuttering, buh, 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 while flipping him off.
I mean, they couldn't have had a better response. Yep. Good stuff.
We clip forward to our competitors locking up when Masato hip tosses, drop kicks, and arm drags Devon before being taken down by a shoulder block to Dudley. Tanaka is whipped to the ropes, ducking multiple clotheslines, when Bubba Ray trips him up from the floor, allowing Devon to nail a reverse DDT for a 2 count. And Dudley's hammering away on Masato, even taking a bite, only for Tanaka to fire back with strikes. But he misses a charge into a corner, so Devon counters with a neck breaker. And Bubba Ray begins taunting Masato on the mic, while Devon uses a chair over the head of Tanaka. Doesn't seem to be affected by the shots.
He just takes it.
Yep.
But a third chair shot does knock Masato off his feet for a near fall.
He is human.
But when Tanaka gets back up, he ducks another chair shot to deliver a sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count. And Masato signals for the finish and sets Devon up for it in the corner, only for Dudley to pull the ref in between them to take the roaring elbow.
Roof bump.
Bam Bam Bigelow then makes his way to ringside as Tanaka and Devon trade strikes, when Bubba Ray jumps in the ring to catch Masato with a sidewalk slam. Bubba then places a pair of chairs in the middle of the ring, followed by going for the Dudley death drop. But Tanaka counters in midair with a DDT of Devon onto the steel.
Yeah.
And Masato makes the cover with the ref counting, only for Bubba Ray to interrupt with a splash, which Tanaka moved in time, causing Devon to take the blow, allowing Masato to then make the cover for the pin and the win.
I mean, hell yeah. This is fun stuff. Fuck the Dudleys. I couldn't be more happy for Tanaka's win. It wasn't all of his doing, but it's what you get for being inbred trailer trash.
Yeah.
Post-match, Bigelow enters the ring, and he begins to brawl with Tanaka, which brings down the rest of the triple threat to beat down Masato as well, until officials arrive to rescue Tanaka. Shane Douglas then takes the mic, because he has a message for Bill Alfonso. He has spent 16 years building the triple threat, so he isn't letting anyone take that away from him.
He calls them pussies.
And the franchise lets the crowd and Fonzie know that there's no way Taz would ever team up with his crew, as Sabu and the Human Suplex Machine hate each other's guts, before suggesting to the crowd to get their money back, as there will not be a new triple threat. Joey then tells us that Tommy Dreamer is in the ring wanting revenge. And we can see his clothes are soaked through with blood.
It's pretty striking visual. He is taped up and covered in blood.
Yep.
But he takes the mic to say he wants a Philadelphia street fight.
Well, of course he does.
So we clip forward to our third match. Jack Victory, Rod Price, and Justin Credible, with Jason the Sexiest Man on Earth, Chastity, Nicole Bass, and Lance Wright.
My God.
Versus Tommy Dreamer and the Gangstanators.
Yay.
Of John Kronus and New Jack in a Philadelphia street fight. And the Gangstanators bring out the plunder, tossing the trash can into the ring to knock Victory off his feet, before making their way in to destroy the rest with weapons, such as crutches, the trash can, cookie sheets, and buckets. New Jack is using a chain on Jason when Tommy and John body slam Price and Credible, followed by stereo top rope splashes onto them. And they pose momentarily before dragging Wright into the ring, where Dreamer and Kronus team up for a trio of double chops on him, while New Jack's on the outside with a chair shot to Victory. Back in the ring, the Sexiest Man on Earth has made his way back in, so Tommy and John double drop toe hold him right into the crotch of Lance, followed by stomping away on both men, which allows Rod and Justin to recover and attack. Now, everybody's outside, brawling away.
You guys know the deal.
Yep.
With Credible running Dreamer into a guardrail before they make their way inside the ring, where Justin continues the punishment with a snapmare and goes for a basement dropkick. But Tommy gets his boot up to the crotch of Credible. Chastity then runs in to nail a dropkick to Dreamer to take him out, only for Kronus to sneak in and grab the valet, so Bass runs in to protect her. But John just starts making out with Nicole, followed by a low blow to her.
Okay.
Chastity then jumps on Kronus' back, only to dump her off and begins spanking her, allowing Credible to jump in with his kendo stick, whacking John over the head. Justin now goes after Tommy with the cane, only for him to move and nail a side Russian leg sweep, stealing away the stick and getting some payback with a shot over the head. Victory's made his way back to attack Dreamer from behind, but Tommy reverses a whip to throw Victory into the ring post shoulder first. Price makes his way back in to clothesline Dreamer, only for New Jack to be waiting on the top rope with a guitar in hand, leaping off to smash the weapon over Rod's head for the pin and the win.
Waiting in the wings.
Yep.
We then get Belvis Wiles. He's in the ring, trying to sweep it clean from all the plunder, when his broom breaks.
You fucked up.
And the last time we saw Wiles was at the Buffalo Invasion, episode 253.
I believe it.
And the crowd's jeering him, so he grabs a mic to insult them back, mentioning he's been sweeping the ring for 3 years, and the crowd rips on him every time. But he can beat up anyone in the building. So out comes 911.
Hello there, stranger.
Crowd comes unglued.
Grabbing Wiles by the throat and choke slamming him down. And the last time we saw 911 was at House Party 96, episode 182.
I have a feeling that he might have something in common with fan favorite, at the table anyway, J.T. Smith, but we'll see. You probably have a note.
Jeff Jones then comes out and high-fives 911, taking the mic to reintroduce the big man, offering an open challenge to anyone in the back, which leads us to our fourth match, 911, with Jeff Jones versus Spike Dudley.
I mean, everybody loves Spike, and here he is challenging the largest man ECW ever gave the ring.
The smallest Dudley runs out, checking on Belvis first.
Of course.
Make sure he's okay.
Nice guy.
For getting in the ring, charging at 911 with forearms. To no avail. 911 grabs Spike by the throat and lifts him high into the air, when Dudley would counter with an eye rake, a low blow, and the acid drop for the pin and the win.
How funny and charming.
And this will be the last time we ever see 911.
Yeah.
I had a feeling. This guy's name is crazy. I heard Bill Wild when I was watching the show.
Well, when we saw him last time, he was Wild Bill Wiles. Was what he wrestled under.
Yeah, but since
I think Belvis Wiles is like a name that the crowd's giving him or something like that.
Okay. Because I was just like, what the hell kind of name is that? But yeah.
Let's see. You remember more than I did because I didn't remember his name at all.
I thought that's what I was hearing. So who knows?
We then go to footage from earlier in the evening where Lance Storm has the mic. And he's joined by Chris Candido, Tammy Lynn Sitch, and Tammy Lynn Bitch.
Okay.
We're having fun.
Bitch is who we will come to know as Dawn Marie.
Okay.
She's been inducted into the Women's Wrestling Hall of Fame, which is actually a new Hall of Fame that I just found. So I'd like some other names that have been inducted into this Hall of Fame.
Akira Hokuto.
That we've seen.
Yeah, I'm just throwing names out, but I'll let you go.
Luna Vachon, Missy Hyatt, Sherry Martel, Rockin' Robin, Wendy Richter, Miss Jackie, the Jumping Bomb Angels, China, Dark Journey, and Deborah.
So every woman we've seen.
Trying to picture Dark Journey.
Did you say Medusa?
I did not.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I'm trying to figure out who Dark Journey is.
She was one of the Garvin's valets.
Oh, okay.
Like I think she may have been on the shows before you joined us. Actually.
Okay.
Like earlier.
It's like early WCW.
Yeah, no Medusa.
Huh.
I didn't even think about that when I was looking at the names, but you are completely correct. And
no Kimura. I mean, what's her name? Kamana Wanalea. Yeah, Kimura is a wrestling like hold, a choke.
Kimura Lock.
I guess Baby Doll. I'm trying to name one, but it doesn't matter. We get the idea.
Old Squeezy.
Squeezy. Fifi.
Dark Journey.
She was with Tully.
manager.
She was with
Tully,
Tully
okay.
when they were in the Four Horsemen.
See a picture over here?
She literally was around from April 1987
Baby Aussie back in the day.
to July 87 in Jim Crockett, which is basically the only time we would have seen her.
Yeah.
So she showed up probably like on like one or two shows.
Yeah. She was making the rounds, managing back
She
in
was a
the
Mid-South
80s.
gal.
But she's in there before Medusa. I guess they got to save something for next year, right?
Medusa probably wouldn't show up to the...
Yeah, maybe not.
Let me make sure that I just didn't like completely...
I mean, I trust that you would have wrote it down if you saw it.
Dark Journey is this year's class. The Women's Wrestling Hall of Fame. Let's see. Inductees.
You are correct. I just completely missed her name.
Uh-huh.
Medusa is in there as well.
It just seemed crazy that she wouldn't be.
I mean, I agree completely.
But, yeah. All right, cool. Well, happy to have all you ladies in your new Hall of Fame.
Oh, so this just started in 2023.
Yeah, it literally just started. So Storm is being a ring announcer to introduce himself and Bitch before doing the same for his opponents, calling out Chris's performance-enhancing build and how short he is, followed by mentioning that Sitch comes from everyone's locker room.
It's pretty funny.
Facts.
We then cut forward to our fifth match, the triple threat of the franchise, Shane Douglas, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Chris Candido, with Francine, versus Rob Van Dam, Sabu, and a mystery partner with Bill Alfonso. And Douglas takes the mic to say, it isn't Taz coming out. So whoever Fonzie and crew got, bring them on down. And RVD and the Homicidal One come out, but Alfonso's nowhere to be found. Until the music hits, and out walks Fonzie with Masato Tanaka.
Double duty. He's only in town for so long.
So the franchise starts it off by clotheslining Van Dam to the floor, But RVD drags Shane out as well to trade right hands, until Van Dam rams Douglas's head into the apron. RVD jumps back in the ring to run the ropes, only for Candido to low bridge, causing Van Dam to crash back outside, followed by Chris leaping over with the plancha. Sabu then comes into the ring with a chair and setting it up to deliver a triple jump plancha out onto the franchise, when Bigelow and Masato make their way into the ring to brawl. Tanaka decks Bam Bam with a roaring elbow before his opponents come in to help attack Bigelow. But the rest of the triple threat finds their way back into the ring for a Pier 6 brawl.
Who saw it coming?
Mm-hmm.
The Dudley boys then come down to help beat down the not-so-triple threat, nailing a 3D to Masato, which leads to a no contest. Now, RVD and the Homicidal One continue to be beat down by everyone, including a spike piledriver by Chris and a power bomb by Shane onto Van Dam. Mikey, Whipwreck, and Jerry Lynn run out. But Mikey's taken down by a belly-to-belly suplex from Douglas, while Jerry's pile-driven by Candido. Supernova, Blue Meanie, Chris Chetti, Tommy Rogers, Balls Mahoney, JT Smith all try to make the save, but they just get beaten down and thrown to the floor.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah, one last memory of JT.
He was a glory moment earlier in the show. Now it's just fodder for the wood chipper.
Yep.
Finally, the human suplex machine makes his way to the ring, cleaning house with suplexes to everybody and staring down the franchise, only to stop to look around ringside at what just happened, allowing Shane to attack from behind, but Taz ducks a clothesline to nail a T-bone Tazplex, sending Douglas to the floor. In the human suplex machine, Van Dam and Sabu stand tall in the ring, posing with their championships, followed by Taz and the Homicidal One, embracing as Joey says his goodbyes, and we fade to black.
I mean, fans are pumped. They start chanting new triple threat.
Tasmaniac and the Homicidal One are back together again, huh?
Couple of maniacs.
I have to put muzzles on them and strap them to like the Silence of the Lamb wheeling carts again. But 911's gone now, so they're going to need a new handler.
So I ask you, gentlemen, what are your overall thoughts of Ultraclash 98?
It was an hour. It was pretty fun. It's pretty easy. I wish all ECW shows were 60 minutes long.
Is that all you got?
Go ahead.
All right, just making sure. I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah, same. It was a quick watch. It was painless to get through. And there's a little more talking than I like in my ECW, but it went by fast and easy, and I had a good time while watching it.
The fun stuff was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to see some old pals. It really put a smile on my face.
And now with Sandman gone, I guess Tommy Dreamer has a new dream partner to add to his wish list. Old Terry and others. We can throw old Sandman on the list. Old James Fulbright, as he was so named at the beginning of the show.
So this is where ECW can be very fun.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of show, but also understanding that it's still not for everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do know that like the reason we watch this show basically
say goodbye to our pals.
Shane and Michael. I mean, me included.
Yeah.
Shane and Michael love JT Smith.
Yeah.
And knowing that this was his final show, I was like, I hope I can find it. And I luckily was able to find basically a fan edit of 2 episodes of the show put together out on the internet. And so I was like, we have to watch this.
I mean, that's the best way to watch it, because there's, they cut some of the fat, which really, I mean, ECW, there's been times where there's been great matches that get edited and we're like, damn, I would have liked to see all of that. But there's been plenty of times we watched ECW shows and I'm like, damn, wouldn't it have been nice if they just kind of clipped some of the slow crap out of you.
Yeah, if this 20-minute match could be 3 minutes and 14 seconds, that would be perfect.
Yeah, if you could take all those like multi-man walk-in brawls and just cut to the high spots.
Cut the Sandman entrance from, as he sparks a cigarette until he's flicking it out.
Yeah.
Because, that would shave a good 12 minutes off.
I mean, at that point, we know we can... We don't have to deal with it anymore, but with Sandman, it's like, all right, well, just gonna fast forward this a little bit.
Not in ECW, anyways.
Yeah, no.
We'll see what his interest is like elsewhere.
Well, I doubt they're going to give him a cigarette, and they're definitely not paying for Metallica.
I don't know. If old Scott Hall can walk to the ring and wrestle drunk, then what's a cigarette?
Yeah.
You still had smoking sections back then?
I guess we still haven't got to the era where the Giant comes down smoking.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
He came out smoking.
He came out once already.
Okay, all right.
Yep, his match with Sting.
Yeah, that's so crazy. It's so funny.
Yep. Fun show.
Good. Where's the smart marks at? All right, fuck you.
I think it's time we smark it up. So what are some of the best moments of this show?
JT pop. It was nice to see Masato Tanaka twice. All the Taz, Sabu, and like Douglas stuff was great, but those are kind of the guys that are great at this. Tommy Dreamer's a little long-winded, but people love him. I don't love him as much as the people I just named, but he serves his purpose, and he will blade like hell.
Yeah.
Anything for the fans.
It was good to see Shane Douglas back.
I didn't realize that Just Incredible didn't pick up his kendo stick until Sandman left. But it makes sense, and they actually gave it kind of a logical reason for him to do so. With, the fake out with the Inner Sandman coming
out. Kind of goading the fans. And,
The Tanaka
great.
Was fun.
Was funny, yeah. Lance Storm making fun of Candido and Sitch was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fast.
And they did a great job of just reacting to it.
Taz telling everyone basically, fuck the world, you don't know who I am. I'm going to come down here and help Sabu and Fandam.
That's his championship.
I know, but you know what I mean. Fuck you, you don't know who I am. I'm going to come down here and hug this dude because we're on the same side now, at least in this situation.
Yeah, it's like teaming with Sabu for a little while makes everybody feel good, and then it makes everybody feel better when Taz turns on him.
Yep.
How about most disappointing?
Obviously,
ECW starting to rely on Jack Victory and Rod Price.
Yeah.
They don't even make a dent in my brain.
And I'm not even going to say upper mid card. I feel like they're kind of in the main event scene because they're with Tommy, and because Tommy's just always in the main event scene in ECW. I mean, literally, Jack Victory spelled out exactly why no one cares about it, because he left for 8 years and no one gave a shit.
Yep.
I'm like,
yeah, people liked JT. People even popped for 911, who I was pretty over. I was never a big 911 guy, but even when 911 came out, I was like, oh, that's nice. As opposed to JT, where I was like, hell yeah. Jack Victory comes out, and I'm like, who?
Yeah.
Who's the Jack Victory again?
I mean, we at least seen Jack Victory in our travels through history here.
Yeah.
Rod Price is an independent guy that never does anything more than
I didn't even catch his name. He didn't even get written down in my notes.
So I mean, there's that. Obviously, the whole Lance Storm promo was leading into a mixed tag, so I would have liked to have seen that match, but I'm not heartbroken about it by any means.
Yeah. Hey, 60 minutes in and out.
Yeah, give me an hour 10.
Okay, yeah.
I think the match was probably... I mean, it's Tammy Lynn Sitch and Tammy Lynn Bitch who, one's fucked up and the other one is not a wrestler at all.
Yeah.
They ain't going more than 6-7 minutes.
Yeah.
And let's move on to Best Performer. I mean, it's Masato Tanaka.
Yeah, Tanaka.
I mean, he did...
Because him and Devon is the best match on the show.
Yeah.
And then he does double duty, so...
Yep.
I mean, I really hope we get to see a actual Bam Bam
Tanaka fight.
Tanaka match.
I mean, them building that up, I was like, I'd like to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
I know Tanaka will take some crazy bumps and lay in on Bam Bam.
Anybody else? Any other?
I mean, like Candido and Douglas and those guys, they always do a great job of whatever they're doing, but they didn't get to have a match like those guys did.
Nah.
You guys aren't going to say JT Smith?
JT was awesome, but like...
He was my surprise. I wasn't expecting him.
Yeah, my surprise for
I
sure.
knew he was coming at some point, but yeah.
But it was just a nice... Yeah, it was nice to see him. And it was nice that everybody was pumped about it.
Yep.
It wasn't like Jack Victory.
I mean, I knew JT Smith was showing up because that's the entire reason why I
Yeah.
got the show, but like, obviously, he's definitely the surprise of the show. For me, it was Dawn Marie.
Yeah, I didn't even...
bitch, because I didn't know.
I forgot about her.
I didn't know when exactly she showed up, and
Yeah, I had no
she
idea.
bumped in. And I was like, "Oh, sweet, Dawn Marie's here, cool."
I did not recognize her. I don't... Where do I know Dawn Marie from?
She shows back up in WWE.
It's the same one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same one. I mean, she will be with Lance Storm, and for the entire time he's in ECW, so she'll be around for a few years here, at least in ECW.
Making their way to the ring.
It's trivia time.
Ho-ho.
This week the category is What Happened When?
What happened when?
Uh-oh, what happened when?
So I will give you the show. You will give me the main event.
Okay.
5 points for a correct answer. 3 points if we go to multiple choice.
It's the WWF show. I'm screwed.
Show is December to Dismember,
Shit.
1995.
I'm more than willing to go straight to multiple choice.
Yeah, same.
Because
All right.
I don't even have the slightest idea of a guess.
Nope.
Your options are
December to remember, right?
December
To dismember.
Dismember.
Sorry.
Yeah, say November.
I know. I'm sorry.
Public Enemy of Johnny Grunge and Rocker Rock versus the Gangstas of Mustafa and New Jack versus Raven and Stevie Richards
Oh, no.
in a three-way dance for the ECW World Tag Team Championships.
There's a possibility.
Sabu versus Cactus Jack in an Olympic rules match. Terry Funk and Tommy Dreamer versus Raven and Cactus Jack. Or Tommy Dreamer, Public Enemy of Johnny Grunge and Rocker Rock, and the Pitbulls of number 1 and number 2 versus Raven, the Heavenly Bodies of Jimmy Del Rey and Tom Pritchard, the Eliminators of Perry Saturn and John Kronus, and Stevie Richards in an Ultimate Jeopardy cage match.
God.
I'm just gonna go with A because it felt right.
Yeah.
So
That is incorrect.
all right, Shane. Now it's all on you, buddy.
And A was which one again?
It was
Three-way dance for the tag team
That's
championships.
right. I'm gonna go. God, I'm trying to remember.
So you got an Olympic rules match,
Yeah, Ultimate
Sabu.
Jeopardy and
Dream Partner match,
Dream Partner.
and an Ultimate Jeopardy cage match.
So I feel like Ultimate Jeopardy was the actual name of the show, but I don't remember if that's correct or not. Maybe it was Double Jeopardy. I don't remember.
yeah. I think I think there was an ECW Double Jeopardy. This one's tough as hell, man.
Torn between C and D, not B, which means it's probably B.
The Olympic thing just doesn't seem like a main event.
And I feel like it's too soon because I want to say the Olympic thing had something to do with Kurt Angle, and I don't think Kurt Angle was there yet until like 96 when he did his little visit thingy, but I could be wrong again. So I'm just going to say D.
Crazy cage
The
match.
Ultimate Jeopardy cage match is correct.
Hey, that was my second guess, but I went with the first one because that one just seemed like with the ECW, like especially that first couple of years, the last match is always the one with the most bullshit
shit in it. Yeah.
So it's like,
it had something
which
to do
two
with,
of the most bullshit matches do we
yeah,
pick?
that's where I was torn. It had something to do with the Gangstas, but
yeah.
Just a reminder what Ultimate Jeopardy Ultimate Jeopardy matches are. Is everyone had a stipulation that of something that could happen.
If Stevie lost, then Raven had to do something with the belt, or whoever
Something
pinned
like that.
Stevie got a championship match.
Not going to list all the stipulations.
No, it's just convoluted as fuck is what he's telling us.
Yeah.
Cool.
Next week, Breakdown in Your House.
Breakdown. Yep. And
And the music from this week's show is This Is Extreme by Harry Slash and the Slash Tones. And Taz kind of cleaned house and stood tall.
Sounds right.
So we're going to play his theme music, Survive If I Let You by Harry Slash and the Slash Tones. If you like this episode or any of our other ones, please go out there, rate and review us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you find your podcast at. Do as Michael says.
5 stars. Do it for JT Smith.
Give him some love.
yeah.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns,
It appears we are going to Hamilton, Ontario, Canada next. So,
Sure.
hey, give me some ideas for Canada, eh?
Gravy fries, right?
I think gravy fries are always good.
Yeah, I don't know of any other Canadian thing.
Yep.
all kinds of Canadian.
I mean, outside of the Hart family. And
We will not be eating any heart.
David Cronenberg and
Schitt's
Rush
Creek.
and Alanis Morissette.
Ryan Reynolds,
Our
Justin
favorite pop
Bieber.
star.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
There you go.
I didn't even know she was in Canada. If I did, I forgot. They can keep Ryan Reynolds. That guy's obnoxious.
Yeah.
But if you have any of those things, you can email us at WrestlingHistoryX@gmail.com or find us on X at WrestlingHistoX. WrestlingHISTO.
X.
We'll talk to you next week.
Later.